Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of the Magical Mystery Master Healing Sessions. I'm Hem from Self Love Self-Care System, and I'm here to take you through all things healing and all things trauma. So we're in day 2. So yesterday was all about the tools for trauma, weren't they? And today is all about how you rewire your system. Now I'm just not comfortable here. I just, and you guys know how I am with doing my hair and stuff like that. So whether you're joining me now, whether you're joining me in the replay, that's okay, that's fine. But today is all about how you're rewiring. How do you wire your system? Now, obviously, as I said yesterday, if you didn't watch it, do check it out. It's going to be available for a little while yet. All of the trainings will be available till the 6th of October. No, I think the 5th of October it will be, if I get that right, yes. So you can access them, check them out. But as I said, this is a very minuscule, tiny version of the bigger course that I am running. And also it's a prerequisite to kind of going into sort of my meditation and healing sessions as well, which would really assist you. It's really weird. Hang on, I'm going to just check on live because obviously I don't know if it's working. Hang on, bear with me. Honestly, I've got my phone down there, which is ridiculous because I've got it. Sorry. There we go. I've got my phone. There we go. I'll get my phone. I will double check that I am live because often, that's weird. It's funny because it doesn't seem to have come up. So hang on, bear with me just a moment. There we go. That's better. I can see it now. I was like, okay, that's not working. So yes, hang on, I've got to re-plug my phone back in. Hang on, I'm just going to go down. I haven't disappeared, I'm still here. I just need to plug it back in because otherwise we will have just in case I need it. Oh, God. Honestly, this is crazy. You get to see the top of my head, which must have been fun for you all. Okay, hello again. I'm going to say it again. Welcome to the Magical Mystery Master Healing Sessions with Hem. We're on day 2. We're on the information about how to rewire our system. So it's kind of we all walk around with things stuck in our energy fields, and what this is about is, I don't know why it won't let me do messages. Sorry, I tried to do a message, but it's telling, oh, I think I did it too long. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there's, I didn't realise that YouTube doesn't give you can't just write forever. I'm learning things. So look, I'm just going to write something in there just to check that is actually what it was. And I'm going to put, hello everyone, and sorry about the type thing. What I wanted to say to you yesterday, if you did watch yesterday's, it was really interesting because I didn't know what YouTube does. And what you'll notice if you watch it, and I recommend you watching it just because of this, it does this thing where it repeats things that I said, and there's something really pertinent about the things it's repeated. So I would check it out and see where it's done that and what happens. So yeah, I was saying, and I don't know whether it was recording that. So I'm just going to go from the start again. I was saying that these will be available till the 5th of October. It is a prerequisite to, say, my healings, my meditations. It's good for you to know this information. Obviously, you don't have to do it. If you want to come, you're more than welcome to come to the chakra course, that kind of thing. That's there. So today I want to talk about rewiring your system. I want to talk about what you need to do to get to that stage. Now, it follows on from day 1. Now, I gave you a lot in day 1. And when I think about it now, I probably should have done day 1 on day 3 and started where I am I should have gone the other way around. So day 3 should have been day 1. This should be day 2. This is accurate. And day 3 should have been the tools. But I'm learning. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get you into a space where you're ready to accept and evolve through training. One of the things I would say, and it's something the angels bring through a lot, it's to be in beginner's mind when you do a training. And I did talk about it a little bit yesterday, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit again. When you think you know, have you ever gone to something, and we've all done it, because we've all been in ego, we've all been in our 20s, in our teens, and you go to something, you think, oh, that was such a waste of my time, I knew all about that, I wasted my money, I wasted my time, why was I there? Well, you were there for something, okay? You were there for something. So I went to an event in Ireland many years ago now, and I kept saying to the angels, why did I come here? Now, honestly, it wasn't cheap. I had to fly over there, so it cost money. I had to pay for the event, and it was a very tiny thing they wanted to show me. But do you know what? It was worth it. I'll tell you why it was worth it, because I learned something about myself. So you need beginner's mind when you do these things, because the I know this is non-committal act. And what it is you saying, I don't want your help and I don't need your help. And if you're saying that, then why are you there? Do you see what I mean? If you're at something, if you're training in something, if you're working with if you're doing healing with someone, and you feel that something they say, something you know, just keep that inside. Remember what we were talking about yesterday, thoughts, speech and that kind of thing with the tools. Check it out if you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't seen it, because that is part of this. We need beginner's mind, because beginner's mind supports us, assists us and helps us as we move through what we're doing in life. Right, so let's get you ready for this session. I think it's going to be quiet today. I think it's just going to be me. So I'll probably only do 30 minutes, which is cool because, you know, I'm going to get on. Oh, just so you know, if you're a Facebook member, I'm actually going on live at 5 p.m. today in the Awakening Angel Consciousness group. You are more than welcome to join. Do hit me up with requests. And you can join the group and you can do the training, and it will be a bit different in there because we have wacky half hours in there and everyone's laughing and we have joy and it's funny and it's cool and we get a lot of that going on in there. You're more than welcome. Look, I'm not, you don't have to. If you're not a Facebook person, that's fine. I'm hoping to do Instagram soon, but I was always a little bit resistant to it. I love YouTube. I think it's great. I love it because it works for me, right? And Facebook works because I always had an account, so it's just something I just kept going with, right? So I'm just seeing if my phone's all right. My phone's like making a funny sound. Maybe you can't hear it, it's kind of bleeping. So yes, so let's get now into the space where you're ready for the training. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to just go into your body. So first things first is maybe drop your shoulders. So just drop your shoulders down into your back, okay? So just move your shoulders, okay? And you want to drop them down into your back, okay? Because we tend to hold tension in that area of our bodies. See, mine's up there, right? So you're dropping that down. And when you can see, it's still got back up. So I wish this one up. So how do we do it? Yeah. So it's just to get your body sort of moving and that kind of thing. Then what I want you to do is I want you to concentrate on your breathing. You're not changing it anyway. Just feel what your breathing's doing. Is it erratic? Is it shallow? Shallow breathing is when we're not breathing all the way down into our bellies. Is it laboured? Is it any of those things? Because that means your sympathetic nervous system's activated, which is not the good one. Okay, it's unsympathetic if you ask me. One of my friends coined that and I love it. So, okay, so what you're going to do then is we're going to go into a breathing. Simple. I always do this. It's very simple. It's a little bit of a yogic thing. It's very easy. So you're going to do one full deep belly breath. So you're breathing in all the way into your belly and then breathing out through your mouth slowly. And another deep breath in. And breathing out slowly. Or whistling, as I just did. And another deep breath in. And breathing out slowly. Whistle like me if you want. There you go. Now just place your hands on your heart. You're not closing your eyes or anything today. You're just going to place your hands on your heart. And you're going to allow that breath to go down and into your heart. And bring it out. You are going into your belly, but you're feeling it passing your heart. Okay? I'm doing another one. There you go, there you go. See, what you do there is you're literally activating a part of you that is often struggling, and it's while you're struggling like that, it's no good. It's no good at all, right? So it's to let your body activate the parasympathetic nervous system and move out of the parasympathetic. So move into the parasympathetic nervous system. So to start today's training, I'm going to get a card. So we see what rewiring our system is bringing us. I'm using the Sonia Choquette Ask Your Guides cards. I might use different ones for Facebook. We'll see how I go. I did use these yesterday as well. So let's get a card to see. I like that. Let me get the card. We've got despair there, but I don't want to use that one because it's not. Okay, the angels are saying you have to have both. Okay, I'll find it now. Come on, is that it? Yeah. So we got this, but I'm going to get you another one as well. I'm going to get two. This is what we're going to do. How are we rewiring? What? There we go. That makes sense to me. They said you needed the despair. So this is where you possibly are. This is where you're struggling. What's happening? You're not seeing what's going on in your life. You're not seeing the gifts that are being brought to you. So what rewiring your system will bring you gifts. Did I say you're not seeing the gifts that are being brought to you? You can't write it. You can't write it. Okay. So today we want to talk a little bit about, I'm going to go into some of the things we discussed yesterday, but I'm going to kind of move and shift them along. So within trauma, we all carry little pockets of stuff in us, like I said yesterday. And the angels have told me often that what happens is we find ways to ignore these things. Like, this is the best way I can say it to you, right? So, you know, like when you need to go to the doctor, so maybe something's hurting, but you put it off. It's very similar to that. And in fact, it is that to some degree. It's not going to the doctor when you need to, not going and getting the thing that would assist you, not drinking the right drinks, not eating the right food. And these show up in your body. Okay, these show up in your system and in your body. And to rewire your system, to rewire you, you need to start the process, and that's the healing process. Now, most of us are not, the majority of us are living consistently from day to day, not doing the things that we need to do, okay? So we are on what they call automation, okay? Oh, the angels want me to tell you more about these cards. What do you want me to say, angels? Oh, they want me to say that there's an opportunity to move through your despair once you start to rewire your system, and that they're asking you to lean into them so that they can bring you higher gifts. Okay. So where was I? So then they distracted me. So now I don't know what I was talking about. We were talking about rewiring your system, because that's what this is all about, this training. Sorry, I got lost. So obviously it's about finding the spaces in you that need to be heard. So when we were talking yesterday, we were talking about not being heard, weren't we? We were talking about the fact that many of us probably weren't heard, weren't seen, weren't witnessed. So then this is about witnessing your body. Now you get it, right? This is linking into yesterday's trauma episode. You get that now. You need to witness the body. And you're going to go, well, Ken, that doesn't make sense. Well, how am I witnessing my body? Well, if your body is saying to you it hurts somewhere, or there's a pain, or there's something that you need to do, what are you ignoring? Because often what happens is you get a little pain and then it gets bigger. And I can tell you about this. I've had this. So you get a little pain and you think, oh, that'll just go away. And then it gets bigger and you think, oh, that'll just go away. And then it gets bigger and you think, oh, that'll just go away. And eventually you're like, oh my goodness, I better go to the doctors. This is like, what you could have done was gone sooner. Right? Okay. Now, these are chakra issues. I'll go back to the chakra because it's always within this chakra thing with trauma. Trauma stores itself in the body, in your tissues, and in your chakras. Also, it stores itself in your energetic body and outer. It keeps going. Now, what happens with spiritual, amazing, beautiful souls like yourself, right, is in order to rewire your bodies, right? Yeah. You think that you need to work on your higher chakras. So you think, got to work on my heart, got to work on my throat, got to get all this stuff going because you really want the divine aspect, don't you? You want to connect into spirituality. You want to get all these things, right? Yes, but no. When the tool for today and how you rewire your system is very simplistic. It's It's something that you can do small steps towards to heal and to create, okay? Now, one of the things around trauma is safety, feeling safe in your environment, feeling safe. This is why it's recommended often that when people get elderly, you don't move them from the place where they've lived if you don't have to. The reason they say this is because the familiarity creates and breeds safety. And the lower chakra areas, we'll discuss this in a moment, are the areas that are linked to those spaces. Now, the issues with those two is if you don't have those in alignment and you don't have those cooking and firing on all cylinders, then you can get into the spaces of aggression, disconnect, and things like that. So it's all very well and good to do the, okay, I'm rewiring my system, and you say to yourself, well, I'm going to work on my heart chakra. You can, and you can. I'm not saying you can't. In fact, when I did the first of the chakra, when this chakra course started to evolve, the first course I actually did was the heart chakra. Why? Because that's where my focus and my vibration, my energy was at that point in time. That's what I was working on. Well, it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it doesn't matter because you can start anywhere. But the truth of this is, and I learned this from the trees, okay? I went out in nature and started sitting with trees. So I'd really recommend this. You need to be grounded. You need to be grounded into life, into this world, into this space, okay? So excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. It's not going to come. Nope, didn't want to come. So you need to be grounded into Mother Gaia, and what most of us are not is grounded into Mother Gaia. Most of us are living in the higher energy vibration. Now, I want to go back to trauma again. Why might you be living in the higher energy vibration? Because it's safer there. Sorry, because I was going to sneeze. I'm sniffling now. I'm just going to take a drink. Because it's high vibration, you're safer there. And what were you looking for? You were looking for safety, weren't you? You wanted to feel safe. And I was talking about we don't move elderly out of where they live and where they're familiar with, because otherwise you're removing their safety. And what does that do? It can cause anger, disconnection, irritability, confusion, all of those things. And it can cause those to you as much as anybody else. And something I want to say actually while I'm talking about this. Oh my goodness, my nose is so itchy because it wants to sneeze, but it won't. If you are feeling any of those things, we have this thing about ages in our society, where we think, oh, well, that person's older, so that's an elderly person. It's nonsense. It's just words. Do not be fooled by the current paradigms, dichotomy, and verbalization of things. It's nonsense. We have created those things. These people are wise. Remember that and remember it really well. They have the tools you've probably not learned. If this place comes crashing down and all this social media and all these computers stop working, you're going to need them. Why are you going to need them? Because they know how to do it the old way. We mustn't ever, ever put anything out to pasture. This is a poor human conception, a poor human behavior. We must remember that everyone has their value and everyone has their place, and they deserve to be treated with love, dignity, and respect. Very important, okay? Okay, so say, for example, you're feeling confused and you're feeling out of sorts. That would be because you've been taken out of something that you're comfortable with. Now, I'm not talking about comfort zone here, because comfort zone can limit you. What I'm talking about here is being safe in and on this earth, being safe here, okay? So safety comes from the beginning vibration of, like I say, I was with the trees and the trees said to me, you need to be grounded and rooted. I was like, really? I was like, yeah. What's all this work that you're doing on your upper chakras and trying to be spiritually sound? And they told me it won't help me. Shamanism is really good for this, actually, because it's very earth-based. But then there's a problem with shamanism as well, because it's only earth-based and it gets too truncated in the here and now, too physicality based. And it is etheric and it does have its higher vibrations too, yet you need both. Remember what I said yesterday, integrative. Remember what a yoga master said, you're it, and it's all part of your experience, okay? You're an integrative soul, which means you need to experience all parts of everything. You can't just have one of this and one of that and one of this. Obviously, I can't do everything in my course, but I'm going to do as much as I can. So that's the kind of thing you're kind of trying to effectively evolve into. Okay, so your tool, what is it that you really need to rewire? Well, I've talked a little bit about it because I've talked about chakras. I've talked about the safety and security issues. I've talked about how it can feel if you get confused, if you're moved out of your space, why it's probably not the best thing to start just on the top chakras. So the rewiring your system is very simple. You need to work on your lower chakras. I would, without a doubt, I would say to you, go with your root chakra. Start working with your root chakra. You need to start there, okay? In my course, we start a little bit lower. That's the thing I did want to say to you. If you're interested in coming and joining us, we are going much higher. I'm doing the 12, 13 chakra system, okay? But if you're doing this piece and you're learning to rewire and you're doing it on your own, right? What you're going to be doing is you're going to be thinking about how you reconnect into your root chakra. Now, why might that be tricky and difficult? Because if you are struggling with safety and security, you're going to find working on your root chakra tricky. Okay. So what I want you to do, I want you to do a practice. Okay. So long as you're not operating any machinery, doing anything that requires your full concentration, and you're in a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, close. Do you need to close your eyes? Do they need to close their eyes, angels? No, you don't need to close your eyes, they're saying. And keep your eyes open. What I want you to do is I want you to feel into your sort of your womb space if you're a woman, and your energetic womb space. So it's in the same area for males, okay? Just tune into that area. Okay. You may struggle a bit with this, the angels are saying, actually, with your eyes open. So close your eyes if you need to. So close your eyes if you need to, okay? Because if you can't sense or see what's going on inside there, sense, feel, taste, whatever works for you, right? Go into your womb space. And I want you to see, I would say see, because I'm clairvoyant, by the way. I'll hear whatever your predominant sense is. I want you to recognize what's going on in there. Does it feel calm in there? Does it feel safe in there? Are you actually resisting going in there? Does it feel blocked? Does it feel happy? Are there twinges there at all? What's coming up for you? Just really feel into that. And breathe. Keep breathing while you do this exercise. I really want to breathe, because breathing will connect you into what's going on there for you. Right, because most people feel unsafe on Earth. And this brings me into my kind of astrology stuff, which is the Chiron in your astrology. All of us have wounded areas in our astrological charts. Now, whether you believe in astrology or not, does not matter. The Chiron thing is amazing. It's amazing. If you're interested in a Chiron report, let me know in the comments, okay? And I will send you the deets on how you can get one. I will do one for you, because it is so worth having that report. It will show you your wounding. It will show you what you need to deal with. Lots of people have root Chiron wounding. Not everyone. There's loads of different Chirons, because you could go all around the wheel. I mean, we've got 12 houses, sorry. 10. And we've got the planets in there, and they all inform this. So let me give you an example of Chiron. It's quite difficult, actually, because obviously I'd need a chart in front of me. But okay, you've got how the astrological wheel is it's a big circle. You've got all the houses around it. And each house corresponds to something, okay, and there's 12 of them. And then you also got the zodiac signs all the way around the edge. So let's say, what star sign am I going to pick? Let's say Gemini. Gemini's here, right? Let's say for you it's in house 5, and it's got your Chiron in there. Now, Chiron's like a little key. It looks like a little key. Now, there's something going on in your life in that area then. Something's happening in that area. But like I say, you will probably need a chart, and I can draw it up for you, because you know I do astrology. So I can do a chart for you, and you can see what that is. Now, when I trained in astrology, my tutor said, oh, you know, you mustn't split it all up, give someone a whole report. But what I find myself is, like, when I have a whole report, I don't understand it. I don't get it. How can I work with that? I don't even get it. It's nonsense. Obviously, I get it now because I've been studying it. But imagine being a layman trying to read crazy loads of words in astrology. It will go over your head. I mean it will go over your head, which is why I do these mini ones. So I do mini career, what might suit you as a career. I do mini Chiron. Why? Because otherwise you're just taking people's money and lying to them because they don't get it. So they're never going to be able to follow the guidance. Whereas my reports are about guidance. I put guidance in there. They help you with those things. Anyway, I wasn't trying to sell another thing, but it's only because I wanted to talk to you about the Chiron thing, which is where your wounding is. So this is why we start with the root chakra, because it's all about your safety and your security and how you show yourself up in the world. It's whether you're willing to be seen and whether you're willing to be heard. So what are the best things to do to deal with your root chakra? Now, I don't like the whole eating red foods. I don't, it's nonsense. Eating red foods isn't going to ground your root chakra and make you stabilize for the rest of your days. I ate loads of red stuff. And I ate loads of red stuff before. Didn't do it at the time. No, I don't think that's the answer. Things like meditation will help you. Meditation when you centralize on the root chakra. Okay, obviously you can come into my course, you can get the meditation. I am hoping to release it at some point just as the meditation. So you could just do the root chakra meditation for like a month. That will help you to cleanse and clear this area, right? The area. Yoga can help with that as well. And this stuff's all in the course. Somatics can help with somatic work, working through the issue in the area. Okay. The root chakra holds a lot. Now, if you put trauma in there, then you will need some kind of coaching, journaling, something to help you to dive through that and find out what it is you put in there. Okay. But to rewire your system, to rewire fully, that's the thing you need to do. You need to start working on the lower chakras. And the major thing I want to tell you is it's major, major, major. Grounding, grounding, grounding. They are this one's got two things. So it's to heal and work with your root chakra. And it's interesting because the angels are going to me. Many of you are going to, anyone who's watching this is going to go, yeah, but I don't want to do my root chakra. I want to do my heart. Everyone wants to work on their heart. What is the point working on your heart if your root chakra's out of whack? Come on, guys. Pointless. So the tips are these. There are three, actually. It's getting grounded into Mother Nature, being part of this earth, being with us, being here, being present. These chakras take you out. There's no point working on those if you're then taking yourself outside, because that's very ungrounded. So you need to get the grounding in. Next thing is you need to work on your root chakra. And then the final thing is you need to find what is safe for you and create safety. They're not simple steps, which is why I offer what I do. You can come and get healing with me. You could do anything with me. You know, just or go for someone else. Work with someone that can assist you, because trying to do it on your own is like wading through treacle. And you might find yourself get bogged down in the inability to secure this and really get into the pieces. Now, as with everything, anything to do with this area, to do with these spaces, they are an area of accumulation. You will accumulate more as you go along through your life. But the major part is to heal the inner early problems, the inner early traumas, the inner early messages, the inner early, I suppose, verbalizations you absorbed. And when you do that, what happens is that then if you do add more to that, it's easier to deal with, it's easier to heal. Because the upper shot of all of this is you want to heal and deal, and you want to resolve, and you want to recover. Hello, darling, Risha's here. Woohoo! Yay! I'm glad you're here, though. It's lovely. I'm actually kind of coming to the end, but yeah, let's do a little bit more for you. So, yeah, so make sure I'm talking about how you rewire your system, what you do to get that rewiring, and why it's so important. It's very, very important to get your system cleared of the things it's holding. Now, it is one of the things the angels say. I love that Misha's here. I wish I could love these. I really do. I don't know if I can do anything. Can I do that? Yeah, look, I can send you hearts. There you go. So yeah, I don't. Sorry, I lost myself, angels. What was I about to say? They're laughing because they're going, we don't know what you were going to say because it was your thing. They're so funny. They're meant to help me. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they're just cheeky. So yeah, it's about rewiring your system. Is when it comes to trauma, when it comes to things that you hold in your body and your consciousness, it's a no-brainer. It's worth it. It's worth it, even if you only do a tiny bit of it. Which is why when I was talking about it yesterday, the angels said I was a little harsh, and they said I need to like soften that a bit. You can do those small pieces. It's just that what I want to do, because I love you guys and I care about you guys, is I want to shift it so that you can move through life without experiencing what that lady, do you remember the story I told you yesterday with the lady who was trying to do stuff but she couldn't because she kept hitting her ceilings? We want to remove those ceilings so that, you know, so that we don't feel as if we're trapped. But as I say, the 3 pieces for today are ultimate. There's no point. And look, spiritually beautiful souls like you guys, right? What you're going to do, you're going to want to deal and work with this stuff. You know, you want to get spiritually sound. You want to do your third eye. You want to get your divine connection. You want to work with sort of the like Buddha, with like Jesus, with like Kuan Yin. You want to work with these higher powers. The thing is, yes, of course you can. But if you're not grounded in and secure in your own energy, oh, Misha, that's what I was talking about, darling, being secure. Do you remember we were talking about the root chakra yesterday? This is the rewiring connection point. It's in that root chakra space. It's creating a new space and a new foundation of safety and security, right? And you can do this, but it's no point doing it half-heartedly because you will have shaky, unstable foundations, which means that when a problem comes up back in that area again or in your body again, if you don't deal, like I say, you can do it a little bit. Angels, what are we saying? Because the angels are talking and explaining something to me. They're saying you can do it a little bit. Oh, I get it. So they're saying, okay, you could do it a little bit. There's not a problem with that. Of course you can, because that's also good enough. Yet what they're saying is if you really want to become spiritually enlivened and evolved in your consciousness and awakened into higher capabilities, you got to do these pieces I'm talking about. There's no going 2 ways about it, which is why the training works so well, right? And my trainings work so well because I want to get you to a place where you're not just doing this work and struggling through it, right? So yeah, it is, yeah, there's no going 2 ways about it. It's very important to do the pieces. So the 3 pieces for today where you're grounding, you need to be grounded. You need to be part of this app. It doesn't matter what's going on. I know we all love, and look, I'm going to put my hands up to this actually, because I think I need to admit to this, right? If you, right, just do the periphery work, or if you just work on this area here, and I did, because the reason we all do it is because we want to become psychic, we want to do our mediumship stuff, or want to connect into angels like I do, right? Shall I tell you a secret? It's nonsense. You don't need to do that. It's a secret, and I'm telling you it right now. It's rubbish. You're already psychic. You don't need that. You don't need me to train you in that. You don't actually need me there. Where you need me is to help you to get rid of the trauma that's in your body so you can be big in what you're doing, right? That's what you need. And when you have that, you have everything. Yeah? It's super, super important that you recognize that, because when you're trapped in this idea of, okay, but I want to be spiritual, so I need to be spiritually doing this, I need to be spiritually doing that, what happens is that you actually hit, I'd say you literally will hit the wall, and you will start hitting walls because you that thing, yesterday in my Facebook group, I actually spoke a little bit about Doreen Virtue, and I don't know if you guys know who she is, but Doreen Virtue was huge with Hay House. She was the angel lady. Huge, 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 huge. She had like cards like Sonia does. She had books out on how you connect into angels, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, and Misha's got a couple of her decks, see? But think of the story with Doreen. What happened with Doreen? And I met Doreen many, many years ago. I took my mum because she liked her. And I said to my mum, she won't be doing this soon. Something's going to happen. Something's going to collapse in her life. And my mum said, how do you know this? And I said, because perfection doesn't exist. And that's what Doreen was touting. And I'm not saying she'll never come back to this. Maybe she will one day. Maybe she'll awaken back to her light. I don't know that because I'm not reading Doreen's future and stuff for her because that's not where I've been given permission. But the thing is, this is why it's nonsense. It's nonsense if people say to you, you need to train in the psychic stuff. What you need to do is heal and deal with the issues that are in your body, because that makes you the best at the spiritual stuff. Buddha, when Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree, it was a Bodhi tree, wasn't it? Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree to seek enlightenment. What enlightenment did was grounded Buddha. Imagine sitting on the ground by a tree as long as he did. Grounded him. Yay, Misha said, 100% agree with that. I don't know if it's the Doreen bit or the Buddha bit. And probably both. And so that's what Buddha was doing. Now do you get what I'm trying to tell you? Now do you get the ticket, right? It's a little secret. You don't need to do all the nonsense, because if you're in this higher space and you lose Doreen, Misha said. It is true, isn't it, with Doreen? It's very interesting. And she was lovely. And I did like her. I actually met her. I spoke to her because I'm trying to think why. Oh, she was selling her cards and her books, and I went to get one, but she was actually coming up to do something. And because of where our cards crossed, she spoke to me. And I remember thinking into her energy and I even knew she wouldn't stay with Stephen, who she was married to at the time, Stephen Farmer, I think it is. Yeah, I knew it at that moment. I nearly told her, but I thought, I'm not here to read her, I'm here to attend her event. So I just kept very quiet. But like, this stuff is, you do the stuff that I'm talking about, and the other stuff comes to you easily. You don't have to fight to create it. Yeah. Yeah, you can do mediumship training and psychic training, and I'm going to probably put some of that in my portal when I create it so that you can work through it if you need to, right? However, the upper shot of this is you're already psychic. And the other thing is, the angels are telling me to say, you're already spiritual. You are already spiritual. Seriously. Not a day goes by, right, when I get questions from people. So I'm working on my spirituality. You are spiritual. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Guys, don't forget that. Remember that. If you remember nothing else I said to you today, remember you are living a human experience. You're already a spiritual being. That's very, very key, right? It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter where you go. You're already that. You don't need, technically, you don't need to learn that. As Buddha did, sitting at the Bodhi tree, he just activated it. You just have to activate it within yourself. And activating it within yourself is to get rid of the rubbish that's stored in your cells and the trauma in your tissues, in your body and in your consciousness. It's like, if you don't do that, it makes the spiritual highway where you're trying to move into. So maybe you want to be a channeler, for example, or maybe you want to teach. You want to teach this. Maybe you want to teach people how to open their clairsentience, their clairvoyance, that kind of thing. Maybe you want to do these things. Or maybe you want to be highly creative, or maybe you want to be a healer. Yet these things come from that grounding, because look what Buddha taught. Need I say more? I think you got it on that, right? Look what Buddha taught. So there you go. So we're going to do our last. So today's cards were, for you working on rewiring your system, were despair, weren't they? It was clearing through your, getting through the despair, remembering that gifts are being offered to you, and then you got gifts, which was beautiful, right? So let's get a closing card for us for today. And this is going to be for everyone that's here. Oh, I did want to say, actually, for those of you here, if you are interested in winning a prize, because there's a prize being given to my subscribers at the moment, just go to my website, which is, hang on, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the chat. So this is my website. Sorry, I just have to type it out. This is where I need an assistant, isn't it? So something that I need to be thinking about, but, you know, money isn't sort of the so that's the my website, and at the bottom of every page you'll find this sign up. So just sign up, and guess what? You're going to be in with winning a prize. You'll also get a little meditation with that. I think my welcome gives you a meditation as well. So yes. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to do was put in, if you're interested in the 12 chakra course, you can get it at my website as well. So I'm just going to put that in there as well, so you've got it. Although I don't know, actually, do you know what? I'm not going to put it there. I'm going to put it in the comments at the end, because yesterday, for some reason, it didn't show up our live stream comments, which I said it was fine for it to show them. But for some reason, it was like, no, I don't want to show you them. So right, our card, are you ready? So what's our closing card for rewiring our system? Ooh. No way. Oh my goodness, guys. You can't write this, can you? What was I talking about? Buddha and the Bodhi tree connecting into Gaia with his physical body. And what did we get? Gaia. Physical body. I can't help it. It's too funny. I love it. Do you love it? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to love it because I think it's amazing. It's amazing. This is the thing. This is what you got to do. To rewire your system, you've got to connect deeply into Gaia and rewire your physical body. There you go, my lovelies. That is your final little thing for today. It's been a pleasure to do this for you today. I think I've lost some of you, but that's okay. Do check me out later. Thank you so much for joining me. Actually, I'm going to put that in the comments. Thank you for joining. If I can do it. Thank you for joining me. Take care of yourselves and have a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone. So namaste, everyone. If you do feel called to check out my other videos on my Self-Love Self-Care Angel System channel YouTube. And also don't forget to join me for all the other things that I'm doing too. And if you did want to see the Facebook version of this, it's on at 5 p.m. today. So I will hopefully maybe see you there. You can just join that. It is a private group, so you will need to go in and click the join button for that. So take care of yourselves, my darlings. Namaste. Have a lovely, lovely day wherever you are, whatever your time zone is. I don't know. Over here, it's coming up for 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Sending you lots of love, mwah, kisses, and do keep working on this stuff and stay here, and I will show you the way, any which way I can. Sending you love. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye, Misha, darling. Bye, Rosie. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. If it will let me end it, which it won't. I'm going to say bye again. I love you lots. Do check it out in the replay, and yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else I'm meant to say? Is this why I can't end it? Or is there anything else, angels? They said, tell everyone that they're all a divine speck of source. And as a divine speck of source, you are always ever evolving. And by ever evolving and staying true to who you are within your authenticity, you can ride the wave of love. There you go, my lovelies. Namaste, everyone. Take care. Bye.